Alright, in today's video, let's talk about strength training, how to maximize your strength gains when training your weighted calisthenics. So let's dive right into today's video. Like you guys saw last week, I did a similar video on how to maximize your muscle gains. And if you guys haven't seen that video, make sure to do so. But today, we're going to be talking strictly about strength training, aka how to increase your 1 rep max on your weighted calisthenics exercises. So with that being said, let's dive into this video. The first thing that you have to do to maximize your strength gains is to combine working in the hypertrophy and the strength rep range. Now, I have done multiple videos on rep ranges in the past, and if you guys watch those, which I would definitely recommend you to do, you guys will know that you can train for either strength, hypertrophy or endurance. Now, what you would expect me to say right now is you have to work in the strength rep range in order to get stronger, but ideally you actually want to combine hypertrophy and strength training to get as strong as humanly possible. If you want to get stronger, you will do the vast majority of your sets within the strength rep range to get the neurological adaptation that you get from working with heavier weight for a low amount of reps to get stronger at an exercise. But you will also do a fair amount of work in the hypertrophy rep range simply because that will actually allow you to build further muscle mass. And the more muscle mass you have, the more strength potential you will have. And if you're a beginner or an intermediate, you can actually do this within one session, aka start out your workout with some strength work and follow it by some hypertrophy work. As an advanced athlete, you'll probably have to do strength focused training blocks and hypertrophy focused training blocks, in which the ratio strength to hypertrophy work will be a lot different. And then the second thing you have to do if you want to maximize your strength gains is to work with very fast and explosive reps. In one of my previous videos, I already mentioned this very big difference in between hypertrophy and strength training. So if you want to work on hypertrophy, what you want to do is you want to really keep the reps slow and controlled to maximize muscle tension. But if you're working for strength, you want to do the exact opposite. You really want to do every single rep as fast as possible to maximize your strength gains. So instead of pulling very slowly and focusing on muscle tension, you really want to do every single rep at maximum intent, aka push or pull on every single rep as fast as humanly possible. And research over the last few years has shown that doing this will actually increase the amount of strength that you gain over a period of time. And then the third thing you have to do is to progressively overload your training. Now, like I talked about in the previous video, this is going to be important whether you're doing for strength, endurance or hypertrophy training. But I really want to stress this point because it's very important if you want to get better at anything. Because just working in the right rep ranges and working very fast and explosive isn't enough to get stronger unless you're an absolute beginner. So what you have to do is you really will have to try to progressively overload your training, aka do more reps or weights as the months or weeks progress. And if you guys want more information on this, make sure to check out my previous videos. And the fourth thing that you have to do to maximize your strength gains is to have relatively long rest times. Now, this is very important if you're doing any kind of strength training, because sufficient rest in between sets is absolutely crucial. And that is because strength training is all about high quality work for a low amount of reps. And in order to maintain that high quality work, you have to be properly recovered in between sets, aka your muscles and especially your CNS have to be recovered before starting your next set. And so I would recommend a minimum of about 4 minutes in between your sets if you're doing very low rep work, to allow first and foremost your muscles to be recovered, and secondly to allow your CNS to be recovered as well. And even though you might feel ready after 2 minutes, it's very likely that your CNS hasn't recovered yet, and so it's worth to wait another 2 minutes until you start your next set. And then the fifth thing is that you have to place yourself at caloric maintenance or to be in a slight caloric surplus. Now, this is a lot less important when you're training for strength compared to hypertrophy training, but it's still important nonetheless. And by placing yourself at caloric maintenance or in slight caloric surplus, what you will ensure is that your body weight stays relatively stable throughout the weeks. Therefore, your weight calisthenics training is going to be the best it can possibly be. And then the sixth thing you have to do is to keep an eye on your sleep, recovery, and your hydration. Now, these are very, very important regardless of your goals, whether you're doing any kind of resistance training. And so I want to go over these quite briefly. First and foremost, obviously 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. If it comes to hydration, obviously stay hydrated throughout the day. And then lastly, if it comes to your alcohol and your drug use, keep it to a minimum, obviously, but like I talked about in previous videos, you're not a robot. But don't complain about a lack of progress if you're getting drunk every single week. So just keep that in mind. And with that being said, let's actually finish off today's video. So as always, like, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and share the video. If you guys have any more video ideas, questions, or advice, leave down below in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, 3 videos a week. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys found it informative, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Latest.